matter of fact, Miss Wee, we're on to you too. Allegedly. Don't think you're safe over there in Aussie land. Mm-mm. Don't think you're safe. I have a whole list. Is that you?
Mm-hmm.
Time to clean up.
Nope.
Stop fucking with me. How about that? Yeah. When do people gonna learn that you're not fucking with me? Yeah. It's best to be on my good side.
Hey, German lady.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
And if you have missed my last stream, I exposed what they're trying to do. Yeah? Trying to frame me for crimes, trying to fake posts of me, screenshots of me, pictures of me, all kinds of shit. They actually tried to get me in legal trouble. So don't blame me to go as hard as I do. Don't blame me. Yeah? Don't blame me. All these enablers, like Mandy Bell tried threaten me with legal actions. She will see what she's getting. Steph threatened me. She will see what's going coming her way. Ross already in the works. So you're gonna find out. Cosmic's info is out. Cameron, you're gonna watch. You're gonna watch and then tell me later if you cannot get people off the internet. Yeah, if I hear that again, I saw people being wiped off the internet. I saw it with my own eyes. People, when I hear people say you cannot run people off of social media or off YouTube, you can absolutely, you can. You have a channel? I'm gonna check it out. Oh, you can consider yourself lucky to not know. Thanks for stopping by, Moderate. A handsome man, yeah, this Moderate. Exactly, Ash. Exactly. I I I am a responder, yeah? I'm not an attacker, I'm a responder. And Ash, you've been around here.
She said she was going to come check out my channel. I said, don't bother. I said, I'm boring.
How about that?
And then I said, I am hot.
How about that?
But I felt hot, H-A-W-G.
People, I think people that even say, how can you support? While you sit in Discord with Mandy,
like, kiss my ass, say hey, hey.
State as Starlight, who actually can do harm to Starlight. You sit in chats with her. You sit in voice chats with her. Have her in chats. You have already.
Damn it! I have to stop. I have to stop, German lady. So you can't hear me.
Well, probably for German lady, they couldn't hear you.
Can you ask her if? Because I can't. Well,
yeah. What do you want me to ask?
If she can you hear me now? I mean, it's showing on the text bubble that it's going. Hello, hello. Here's a little. You know what? Let me do it.
Well, is it hooked up to one of your speakers still?
Yeah. Testing. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me? Hey, VQ. I'm glad I finally caught one. But can you hear me? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me.
Hang on, let me
check.
see if I can get it to do on mine.
Is there a word that rhymes with
No, I
a
can hear it.
sound check?
I can hear it on this end.
I don't know what words with the check. Heck,
Deck.
deck,
Heck.
heck. What the heck could be going on?
Oh,
with
that's not so
sound? Oh, heck, that sucked.
bad.
Wait, no, I can't hear a thing. I can see he's talking because of the circle icon thing moving, but she can't hear me.
Oh,
Well, that's fucked up. I don't know what to do about that. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Well, clearly she can't hear the guitar, I guess.
hang on, let me do the on here. No, I can't hear it now either.
What's that?
It's very, very, it's super faint.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's super faint.
But there's volume there?
It's so incredibly faint.
But I could hear that.
Right. It's one of those speakers. It's you've got to turn it around. Whichever that speaker is, you turn it around.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's better.
Hello.
She's gonna log back in. She's gonna log back in, sweetie.
Well, leave your phone on.
Okay.
Let's see how this sounds.
Yeah. It's the proximity. It was the proximity to the mic. I gotta go get more cigarettes, maybe.
Woohoo! I hear strumming. Yeah, and you probably hear an echo of me as Voodoo Queen just got up and so can you hear that? Kiss My Axe? Can you hear me? Like my voice? So can you hear that? Kiss My Axe? Can you hear me? Like my voice? Yep, gotcha. Okay.
Okay, cool. I can turn that off.
Yeah, well, just turn the volume down so it doesn't
I just turned it off.
feedback. Well, I need you guys to mod though, in case people.
Well,
come in.
yeah, but you don't understand. When I pause it, the chat keeps going in real time.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. So we were just sitting in here listening to a German lady. I don't know.
If you don't listen to German Lady, she's pretty funny.
Let's listen to what's up.
Go real life in fucking chats. Don't even lecture anyone.
I don't know. Can you hear that? Can you hear German lady?
You fucking hypocrites.
Oh, that's probably why she
It's
couldn't hear.
time. Why
Because you're using the same speaker.
That's always the mission.
That's probably why she
And
couldn't hear.
Kiss My Axe. Could you hear German lady and me talking at the same time? Oh, okay. She said yes. LOL.
Okay.
Oh, Vlogger just told her your prank calls are not funny. Actually, they're not that funny.
Yeah.
I'm gonna skip. I'm gonna go to the live.
Step, don't even lecture me. Don't lecture me that I fucking support Voodoo Mafia or Ozzy Ellis or whoever. They are doing God's work.
Mm.
That's your opinion, blogger.
Mm.
Exactly. The same thing when people, Lexi, it's the same thing when people say, oh, how can you go in Natasha's chat? How can you go in
Well, I go in Natasha's chat to troll.
Yeah, you do. You go in a lot of people's chat, troll.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Except I don't really call it trolling because you're not going in.
and
being
listen,
mean.
I like
Well, actually, I'm a
haters. They
really
don't
nice,
watch me either.
like, I'm a really nice troll.
I don't
like,
think
I'm
you're
not a dick.
trolling. You stir shit.
Well, Natasha said that the other
Yes.
day. She goes,
Big time clown.
well, no, she goes,
You stir shit.
just out of, because I was in my other account, just out of curiosity, she was like, I would say you're more just here to stir shit. Well, I'm just asking questions. And I think it's funny, too, that
You love stirring shit.
I do. Well, I don't love stirring, like, literal shit.
Yeah.
You know, if there were pots of shit to be stirred, you know, as I went to work, or if there was a job opening of stirring shit, like actually taking a stick and stirring a pot of shit, I would not apply for that job.
Really?
Really.
Because I would say that you are the king of that job.
Well, you and I have a differing opinion about that. I would prefer to stir the literary shit that involves words and feelings and stuff
I
like
know.
that,
I
rather
like
than
to tell people the truth.
actually taking a stick and stirring some shit. You know,
Tomato, tomato.
I do love how they use that analogy, though. You know, whenever they can't answer something,
Well,
or
yeah.
whatever the case is.
People always say that when they,
You know.
because they don't want to
Oh,
answer.
you're just a shit stirring troll. Well, no, I'm not. I fucking brought up a valid point, and you don't know how to fucking counter it. You know.
I don't think it's always that they don't know how, they don't want to.
I mean, I would agree that some people are lazy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm lazy, but I don't ever, you know, fall on the sword of well, you're just a shit stirring troll.
Right.
I don't do that.
Well,
No,
because it's too easy.
that's too easy. That's dumb, and that's not the reason I'm here.
You know, why are you here?
I got time to kill.
Okay.
They want to hear what I'm saying. If they want to type in my chat, if they're scared to type in my chat, that's their own decision.
German lady, I'm not scared to type in anybody's chat.
Force people to type in my chat.
She's not talking about me, by the way, but I just want people to know I am not fucking afraid to type in anybody's fucking chat. I don't give a shit.
Some people are.
Some people are definitely afraid to type in a comment section,
Right.
and retreat to their
Where
own
it's appropriate.
fucking channel, you know, that has a community post, by the way, and I don't. When, you know, you've never not been welcomed on my channel, you know. I mean, you're more than welcome to come express your views, no matter who you are on my channel. I'm not so fucking petty that I'll block you, and I'm not one of these people that gets easily fucking butt hurt. So, yeah.
But people still listen. I have many people like really a gumdrop is not necessarily from the drama community. Yeah, Monroe, like
Yeah.
Vlogger, Peach, many people who come in my chat, Turtle, they're not even from the drama community. I never have to worry.
Yes, I'm not sure.
I'm never gonna have to worry because these people from these other communities,
I think it's.
they come.
I think. I'm not sure, but I think you pronounce it Skajma. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure.
That's a pretty good attempt.
How is that pronounced? Kiss my ex. And if you want a link, by the way, I will go drop that now. I think I will. I'm gonna try. I think I can do this.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Has she allegedly been drinking?
Who? German lady?
No. I'm
Oh.
thinking on Kiss.
Kiss my ex. She can come up on
If
the
it was
panel.
date night.
I don't give a shit. Let's see. I don't know how to do this.
I thought you had to do it via the tablet.
Well, no,
You figured it out before.
I'm very she said that was pretty close, dude. Nice. I mean, it just sounds right, like Scotchmar or something along those lines. Fuck, how can I do this?
How did you do it in the past?
I was opposite. I wasn't broadcasting from the tablet. I was broadcasting from my phone, and I was using the tablet. And the tablet is not. Let me see. Maybe hang on. Let me see. Let me try the tablet first.
Yeah, you can just highlight text there.
Because I'm at.
Do you want me to try to do it?
I don't know if you can, but you can certainly try. Let me see. Where?
Yes,
Okay.
it is actually
Share.
hot here.
Oh no, it's not right. Invite. Copy to clipboard. Okay. Paste. Oh, I need you to go away. Okay, paste. There we go. Did it come up? Yeah, it came up.
Not on this side yet. Here it is. It came up.
Yeah, so if you want to come up, feel free to come up. By the way, anybody watching, you feel free to come up too. We're just taking a break.
But when people can see and people tell their business on air, so if I would have
What's
had
that?
kids, I would not tell a soul about it.
What?
I would not tell a soul about it.
I wouldn't either.
Why would you even tell people that you have kids while you are fucking in a locked fucking room for hours on the internet and no one knows what's happening on the other side? Yeah.
Now, by the way, she's not talking about certain people that don't want to be mentioned by name, and the actual more reasonable half of you, the non, the non red-headed, fair-skinned, possibly freckled martial artist. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the other person. Yeah, right. That's what I was saying. And no, again, and thank you, by the way, for acknowledging that. I wasn't. Well, first off, I owe you an apology. I'm sorry that I inferred before that you were making money off of this. You were not making money off of this. All I was trying to say was that, like me and my girlfriend over here, we have a more global view of the internet and the things that happen on these platforms. But thank you for saying what you said. I really appreciate that. Anyways, so yeah, funny how German lady just said that. Not prompted by me. There's no behind the scenes bullshit, right? No. You got kids, you keep them off the fucking net. That's the bottom line. Even if it's people that you met online and you supposedly trusted.
Everybody's valuable.
And then you wonder.
Oh, she is.
Then you wonder why these videos pop.
She is. Yep. I'm sorry, I didn't see that. It's not paying attention. Hello, Kiss My Axe. How are you? You are live on air.
Dude. And
hey,
hang
on just one second. Give me one. How do I figure this out now?
Turn it up on the side there.
Shit. Knocked my guitar over. Now, here's what I'm curious about. Is anybody going to be able to hear what you're saying?
Well, we don't know because there's only us here.
I hear you now.
Hey, how are you?
We're doing good. We're doing good. How are you doing?
Cold as F. My central heating has packed in. I don't know. Do you call it that in America? Central heating? Yeah. Never know. Yeah, and it is. There's a phrase they use in Lancashire: colder than a witch's tit. That's what it's like at the moment. So that's why I'm awake. I've got no heating. I'm trying to light the fire at 20 to 2 in the morning. And I've just made myself a cup of tea. And I've just seen your comment. It's really hot where you are. So I hate you both.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Don't be. It just made me laugh as I'm just cursing, trying to put coal on the fire. And then I saw that comment. I was like, bastards. Pardon my French.
Listen,
We
maybe,
would trade for a day.
yeah, I would definitely trade you this, because I've been going on about fucking the heat in the summer,
Yeah.
and I've lived here my whole life, but
I'll
I
be right
swear to
back.
God, every year I get older, it gets ridiculous, you know. December, I am not a I'm not a global warming denier, but I'm telling you, the concrete, the elimination of the trees, the destruction of nature, it has an effect, and I'm fucking tired of it. I have relatives that are alive today that have lived here a lot longer than I have, and they will tell you winters used to be colder,
Yes.
and we used to have seasons, and we don't have seasons anymore. It's either fucking hot or it's fucking cold.
Or wet if you're in England.
I mean, it gets wet. It gets wet here, but what good does it do you when all of a sudden, 1,200 miles north of the equator, it ends up being just like at the equator?
Yeah. Well,
That's not right.
we've had now 2 storms back to back. So we had Storm Arwen, and then we're now on the tail end of Storm Barra, and it's just so bad. It's torrential rain. The winds are really high. We've got another warning coming in for tomorrow night, which will be Sunday night. And again, it's all linked, isn't it? They're saying that these storms and this torrential rain that we're getting is going to become more and more and more frequent. The river levels are just at bursting point for the majority of the time, and then we're getting droughts although it's not incredible heat, we're getting droughts because there's no rainfall during the summer. So it's something we're used to in the Northern Hemisphere, because people forget, if you actually look on a map, we are further north than Russia.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
and they get the weather that they get. When I was a child, this time of year we'd have snow. Now we don't. This is only in the space of 20, 30, maybe even 40 years. There's been this seasonal shift. So yeah, I'm with you on that. I don't do the whole global warming thing either, but we are seeing the effect. There's definitely something shifting.
Yep.
It couldn't be because we're getting older.
I mean, I guess age does have something to do with it, but yeah. Voodoo Queen said it couldn't be because we're getting older. I guess, therefore, cantankerous about the way we feel about things, but
Yeah.
Well,
there are some things that I'm more tolerant because I just don't give a shit.
Can you hear her okay? Or
I couldn't hear what she said. I just heard that last bit, but I didn't hear the little bit before.
Oh, just that.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Sometimes I think I'm less tolerant the older I get, and in some ways I'm more tolerant because I don't care.
I think I'll tell you what I'm doing as I'm getting older. I'm getting slightly more antisocial. Where, before, when you're like in your teens and your 20s, everybody comes round. You're happy to have visitors every night if you're lucky enough to have your own place and partying and what have you. And I'm not now. Somebody knocks on the door and I'm thinking, oh, who the hell is that? And I won't, and I'm quite happy in my own company. So God help me when I'm like an old biddy, because I'll be like a crazy cat lady or something, probably.
I think that sounds perfectly acceptable to me.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, I definitely get more antisocial. the older that I get, and I try not to get less socially tolerant, but regarding certain things, I guess it does happen.
Yeah. So, because obviously I don't know what's there's been a lot going. Well, I can tell you guys that there's been a lot going on here, which is why I haven't been online much for the past. Well, really for most of the past month. So I'm missing everything that's happening. Will it stir the pot in any way if I ask, or can you give me any clues, or without causing any issues? But it's okay if not.
Yeah, there's some
Oh.
It's really difficult, isn't it, online without making
wait,
things.
wrong speaker.
No, it's not.
Oh, is it? Okay. So I am not one to.
Oh, you know what? Yeah,
That
you
is
might
the-
need to sit closer.
Okay,
To
I'll
this one.
just come sit
I
over
just
there.
realized. I'm sorry.
That's fine. That's fine. We have, like, the speaker situation, and we have 16 of them out here. I did break down and buy them more. I don't like perpetuating situations, and when people say that things that I don't agree with, I don't give them any credence. But
Yeah.
there has been a lot going on. Some of it I just will not repeat.
Okay.
If Clown wants to tell you that there are past videos that you could listen to that would sum it all up.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. I know that there's one, and the other was, I'll just say it. Dorothy, for whatever reason, decided to have a go at BAM over some made up bullshit that she thinks one of BAM's subs drug her. She said something that was not a big deal at all. Something about her got sick. There was nothing nefarious to it whatsoever, and she had to go at BAM and a little bit at all of us. And to me, that just is what it is. You show who you are. I'm done.
Yeah, and
The fact that she's monetized now, I don't agree with that. I do not like any of the monetization tied to drama and intentionally hurting other people. But right now, there are people that want our friend to suffer.
Is that why? Because I obviously I sent a message to on Clown's live from yesterday, saying I was worried because I hadn't heard from her. Normally she'll drop me the odd text or a WhatsApp, and I'd sent a text on Wednesday, I think it was, just because I hadn't heard. And you get real life catches up, and I've had a lot of shizzle going on here, and I just thought, oh, do you know what? I've not heard from her. I don't want to be rude. I'll just check and see if she's okay and make sure that she's, feeling good. And I've not heard anything back, and I was quite worried, in case she was poorly.
Yeah, I did something similar. Or that I came across something in some Laura Ashley in the house that I don't need, and she loves Laura Ashley, so I dropped a note. Yeah.
Oh, do you know what people are rats, aren't they?
Well, it's the same old everywhere. Everybody calls people names. It's you're this, you're that. Some people hurt others more with their words, but everybody's doing it, and so to me, that's all hypocritical.
Yeah. The thing is, you just it's the internet.
Yes.
It's the damn internet, and my dad. Hello. Oh.
Yeah, sorry. I was gonna say don't. Yeah, I'm not. You can say whatever you want on my channel. I don't give a shit. I appreciate your opinion. I am of the same opinion. You just said it. It's the internet. I'm not necessarily getting dragged on another channel right now,
No.
but just so everybody's clear, because I am going to leave this live up, and for anybody listening that isn't you, me, or Voodoo Queen, just know you're more than welcome to come in here and express your opinions. I'm not going to shut you down, and there's no instructions to the mods to do anything or to you or say anything to you or whatever else. That's not the way I operate. It's the internet. You just said it. It's the internet. So please continue.
Right.
Yeah, no, that was just my opinion, and my dad my dad can be what people deem as highly offensive. He's an ex-officer in the army. Both my brothers are soldiers. They have a very rough and ready sense of humour. They don't do politically correct. People roll their eyes or clutch pearls or screech when my dad opens his mouth, and he says all the time, I do not choose to give offence, you choose to take it. So that's your issue, not mine. And that's the way I look on the internet. Yes, somebody might piss me off, but it's the internet. Say what you want, it's the internet.
Right. Right. I think we have the same family, but
Yeah.
but I am of the mindset that I don't care what people that I don't care for say about me, because they don't know me. Even if they knew me from afar, if they said, "Oh, that voodoo queen, oh, look there, her eye, well, what nationality is her? Those eyes are so cat shaped." Blah 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 blah. I don't give a shit.
No. No.
You
Same
can
with
say
me.
my ass is big. I don't care.
Yeah. Say what you
Yeah.
like. The only opinions I care for are people who I have respect for. Their opinions matter to me. But strangers on the internet who can call, I mean, I posted a video where I think you may have seen it, Clown, with Cooper catching the snowflakes. And
Oh, I saw it.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
well, there's a joke we've got, because I've got I've got what we call snappy legs. And I had two pairs of jeans on, and my legs look really thin and scrawny. And if somebody I don't know wants to say, "Oh God, look at the state of her legs," so what? Yeah, I've got little scrawny Norwegian legs. I really don't give a shit. Call me for them. It doesn't matter, because I don't know you. I'm never going to meet you. If you want to be insulting and have an argument with me online, crack on, because I'm never going to meet you. You're not offending me, because you don't matter to me. And
Right.
I just wish people would take that fucking lesson with them and carry it through on the stupid channels. And just because somebody's outspoken, and we've had this before, if they're having pops at our friend, then does that make you any better? No, because it's kind of dogpiling again, isn't it? Just because she's an outspoken woman,
Yeah.
it
And
doesn't mean that she doesn't have any feelings.
and you're exactly right, Kiss. You're exactly right. And I think too that the other thing that was upsetting to these in particular people was uh, they they want to be able to reserve the right
Mm-hmm.
to to
To be righteous.
to freely post pictures of their kids and videos and things like that on a public platform that anybody can see. Here's what they want to say. They want to say, I have the right to live abuse free. I don't, me personally, I don't disagree with that. What I'm trying to tell people is that the internet in general has never, ever been an abuse free zone.
No.
In fact, every single platform that exists out there, whether it's AOL back in the 90s, whether it's Craigslist, whether it was YouTube in 2006 or '05, Facebook, MySpace, go on and on, ad nauseum. they've always had in there, right?
Yeah.
Guard your privacy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, guard your privacy. You listen. You don't like. They're taking what I said last night and the night before or whatever. They're taking it wrong. They're taking it wrong. Who, again, I'll say it again. Who the fuck goes to the grocery store and gives out their fucking phone number, their email, their Cash App, their whatever else and whatever else and whatever else like they do on fucking YouTube?
And I know
That's crazy. And then turn around and complain about getting quote unquote doxxed.
Right, and I know you're not saying that these people did that, but you and I both know of creators that do that.
Right.
That's insane.
It is insane.
That's insane. I'm not giving anybody ammunition.
People on this platform, and I'm not saying, again, we're not justifying someone saying some words that could potentially hurt somebody in the future that was a child at the time, that they said the words and grew up later and found some obscure video online.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that if you really, really, really were over it, right, and you weren't laying in wait for some kind of revenge or some kind of, comeuppance for that person, this would have stayed dead.
Yeah.
It would have stayed dead.
I agree. One of the
but the other thing is too is that I don't agree with some of the other shit that's happened online, on YouTube in the past few days. People with equally, if not worse, behavior in their personal lives being coddled. I'm not saying that people don't deserve a second chance or a chance of redemption, or that they should, have their, personal business aired.
Yeah.
Right. But
I don't think anybody deserves
to
that,
me,
honestly.
it's awfully fucking hypocritical to not clutch your pearls at one situation and clutch your pearls at another.
Yeah.
Especially when we all know that the majority of the audience of both of the things that I'm talking about are basically 100% female. And if we sit there and we really look at the numbers and the statistics, right, of who's watching what.
Are both of these connected? I'm sorry. I just had to plug both of these in because they both went dead.
I don't know. Can you still hear us?
Yeah. Loud and clear.
Okay. Especially if we look at who's watching what, this is all connected to a case of a man that was cheating on his wife and then turned around and fucking cold-bloodedly murdered her.
Mm.
I don't care who does what, when. It's not my place to come back and sort through things and listen and judge. I'm not judging either side on anything. The way I look at it is, it's not my business.
Yeah. Well,
and guy, before I'm sorry, kiss my. Just let me say, before any of the audience members take what I said out of context, listen, I applaud what you did. You came and you owned it, whatever it is. I say it's nobody's fucking business. I also am of the opinion that people can lie about you on the internet. That's we have freedom of speech in the United States. The UK has freedom of expression. I assume you have the same thing in the UK or in Australia. But people are going to say shit on the internet. This is why I feel the way that I feel. You have a choice. You can either be what they say you are, or you can walk the fuck away and be something else.
Yeah.
You have a channel. You have the capability to make videos. You have the choice to show your life as it is, in real time via YouTube's platform. You don't have to go on these petty ass fucking channels and defend yourself. You really don't. But I'll tell you this, not him, but everybody else this. Like I've said before, I have children. You know, I have, they all are females. I have made these mistakes before about just saying the words that I had children on the internet. There were no pictures posted. Nobody knew my identity. None of that. These were just words on a forum, on Craigslist. And I got called a pedophile. I got told that I was going to rape my daughters. I got told, I mean, people, the most disgusting fucking shit that you can imagine was said to me over and over. This went on for years, all because I probably said something like Bush won twice, you know, or something, you know, over the, in response or whatever to Obama, you know, facing re-election. These are the kinds of things that people said and kept saying it, and kept saying it, and kept saying it. It wasn't just that; it was a lot of shit. But the thing is, never once ever give any never once did I dox myself. Yeah. Never once did I give out any of my personal information to anyone on the internet. Mm-hmm. My point is don't give that shit out. That's why I said on the live last night, a concept like Facebook is wrong. It's rotten and it's wrong. You know, honey, I don't know what you're doing with that thing. Can you please put it back to the?
Yeah, I'm just trying to connect
it. Anyways, it's just wrong. And your children should not be up there. They shouldn't be. You know?
No, and I think as well that if you've, because I am relatively new to this side of things on YouTube, because for years I only used YouTube to watch videos. You know, that was it. You know, and I came into let's say this community, even though we're all of different communities, and we're not. You know, I don't know whether we'd class ourselves as the truth community. I personally wouldn't, or what have you. We're just a community that have come together through a particular channel for whichever reason we have. And I don't know, earlier this year, was it probably April-ish of this year? But prior to that, as you know, you got your experience on Craigslist. I got mine on Twitter, and I think a lot of people come onto YouTube with no knowledge of what people are actually capable of doing, because I think with the pandemic, a lot more people started to join the YouTube communities and different channels and sub in and listen to lives for the company without having any real idea of what goes on out there. I know what goes on out there because of all the years I spent on Twitter. You know what goes on out there because of the years you've spent on Craigslist. But a lot of people have come onto here and think it's like having Facebook friends, like you say. Oh yeah, here's my name, here's my real, my real town, my face. These are my children. They forget that it's actually a very dangerous place on here. I give nothing out. You guys know my real name, and our mutual friend knows my real name, and that's it.
Yeah, that's and it. I don't want to know. I know your first name, and I don't want to know more because I don't want there to ever be a question in anyone's mind, you know, of, oh well, it must have been her, it must have been, that's this person. It's just more comfortable to be friends without that and the worry that comes with it, because this is social media.
Yeah, and there will always be somebody who, for whatever reason, whether they don't like your opinions, whether they don't like the way you talk, the way you look, the way you joke, because my sense of humour may come across as that I'm being a bitch, really, and it's not. It's my sense of humour is quite sarcastic. It's typically British, and it's typically military family humour. But you know, somebody may think she's a real nasty cow. I don't like her humour because you can't see my face, you can't hear my voice when I'm typing things. Somebody could get a real dislike of me and use that because people on the internet are totally effed up, a lot of them, and will use that to contact my employer, contact my family, contact my neighbours, you know. So I know about protecting my identity to a certain extent. I don't care who sees my face because I actually have nothing to hide. I've no criminal record, I've no anything. You know, I don't have children that you can, you know, take photographs and use. I don't even have a Facebook account for that reason. But yeah, I just think a lot of people have come onto this platform having no idea about the dangers of the internet and trying to make real life friends from people that they're never going to meet and trusting them with information that you, as you said earlier, you wouldn't walk up to somebody in a grocery shop and give, you know, hand out your information to a complete stranger. It's the same on here.
Yeah. And that's my only point to what you know, a certain possibly strawberry blonde headed maybe freckle faced or shouldered you know karate master with,
I have
you
got
know,
no idea who you're talking about.
You don't?
well, she requested I not address her directly, so
Yeah.
I'm
So
addressing
he's respectful.
I'm addressing her indirectly. I mean, she could have come and made her comment on my channel. Like I said, that, you know, all are welcome here. You know, until I guess, just like any other channel, you get put out for being belligerent, right? I mean, but I guess that's what community posts are for, so that you can, you know, indirectly, directly address someone because you're
Don't say.
too chicken shit to come over and say it directly in a place where you should say it. You know, I've been having this discussion with Voodoo Queen the last couple of days. I remember it was just about a year ago, and just about a year ago in recent memory for her, because she hasn't been on YouTube near as much as I have, and not near for the length
No,
that
I
have,
was.
other than before we were together, right?
Right. I was watching a lot of makeup
She was
videos.
watching a lot of makeup videos, right?
But I don't talk.
You know,
Yeah, I don't talk to anybody because I don't give a fuck.
right. Exactly. This whole social interaction thing is just not her deal. You know, it's really not. It has been my deal, but it's been my deal on other platforms, not necessarily YouTube. But one of the things, I guess, one of the biggest things that I've been saying to her is, I remember like a year ago or so, you know, everybody was, and you still hear it from time to time, you know, people are talking about or saying, you know, take it directly to the person that you have a problem with. Take it directly to the person you have a problem with. Okay, well, when can anybody point me to when that has happened recently, other than, you know, the in particular situation at hand? Like specifically regarding me getting relatively lightly shit on, right, on that community post. You know, when did you specifically take it to that creator? I mean, I remember a year ago, everybody was like, "Well, fuck you causing all this drama. If you have a problem with somebody, take it to them in private." Blah blah blah. So I guess what I'm going
Like
a long
adults?
ways, like adults, right? I mean, there's always that, they throw that in there. Why the fuck didn't you come and make that same? Because there's like, I don't know what the character limit is in the comment section on YouTube. It seems to be pretty endless because people write fucking novels in the comments. In the chat, they you know, you're limited to very few characters. But on the comment on the video, you could have just come over here, because I've never said I hate your guts.
No.
See, I won't say I hate your guts, because
You
that's
don't have
just
an opinion.
that's just the way I am. I'm very open-minded. You could have very well come over and given your opinion on my comment section. I would have considered it, which I still do consider it. You would not have been attacked. The people that I do have modded aren't dickheads, even though you may view them that way. you know, and you wouldn't have been blocked, you wouldn't have been banned, you wouldn't have been shunned. And if I saw people, you know what I mean? Because I have mods, but I don't give them instructions. I just assume they know how to mod, you know, and you know, you would have been fine. But all you did really was you increased my views, and you continue to do so. And now that I'm doing this live right now, they are going to continue to increase. I've gained subscribers, hence my point.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't saying that you guys were exploiting that person's daughter for money. I know you guys aren't monetized. I'm sorry if it came off that way, and I'm definitely sorry that I wasn't responsible enough to make sure that I'm saying what I'm saying now, even if it didn't come through. And again, thank you, one responsible person with the kid that was discussed, for saying what you said in that comment section where you went back and you listened again, which nobody seems to want to do. So thank you for that. Right, I really appreciate that. Unnamed person with the one with the child, right?
Right.
Not
Think I know
not
what you. I think I know who you're talking about now. Then, right?
yeah, not the other really fucking emotional, irresponsible one. But yeah. So
You
I'm
see,
sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I'm going to say again though, it's down to people not listening, not a lot of people that I've noticed, you know, and I'm guilty of it, and you probably have done it, and Voodoo's probably done it. When it's somebody that you don't particularly like, when they say something, you'll instantly go onto the negative bounce and take whatever they've said negatively until you actually think about it and listen again and go, okay, maybe right. That was a knee-jerk reaction. They didn't mean that. I might not want to acknowledge they didn't mean it because I don't particularly like them, but I don't need to make a negative comment. And this has happened with me where I have listened to something that somebody said and it was pretty negative about me. However, it it was pretty negative, but it wasn't. It didn't deserve the reaction that I started to type. And I listened again because I was mad and I deleted my comment and I thought, no, you know what? Carry on doing what you're doing. I don't even need to respond to this. But people are, and do you think sometimes as well, it may be a case of, oh, let me have a think. This might be the wrong way to put it, but sometimes I find on particular, or I have found on particular channels, I just don't watch people anymore, but you find these really negative comments being made. And I think you're doing this to try and score brownie points or curry a bit of favour with whichever channel creator that has made the original post, and just shut up and listen to what's being said, or keep your nose out because it doesn't involve you. You're being hurtful. I don't know.
You and I both know, and it's in every single channel. I have a hard time believing it's not, just because the volume, the pool of people that YouTube pulls from, every single channel has sheep. Every
Mhm.
single channel. And some
Yeah.
may think that I'm a sheep because I support my friend.
Yeah.
That couldn't be any further from the truth. When people come on or things are being talked about that I don't agree with, I keep my mouth shut, or if I feel strongly about it, I try to make an intelligent statement
Yeah.
for my point of view, right?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of treat it like the same way I do at work. If I'm heated about something, before I send that email at 3 separate times, I'm going to reread it and reword it.
Yeah.
And sometimes it just goes to the trash bin.
Yeah. Yeah. Same as text messages, you know, we all do that as well. You start sending a really shitty response to somebody and then think, maybe I just need to walk away for a little while and come back to this in a second. And what you actually send is far removed from what you initially typed in the heat of the moment.
Yep. Yep. Sometimes I have to ask myself, okay, am I in a foul mood? Is this because I'm tired? You know, is this because I'm cranky right now? Because I know that I've got 2 more hours of work to do and then I want to go to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's and I don't know what you guys are like, but I do have a pretty short fuse. My nickname is Semtex. My brothers call me Semtex because they say you just bang off you go. But 5 minutes later, I'm an Aries. You know what do you do? 5 minutes later, I'll be like, right, okay, that's been said and it's out in the open. And would you like a cup of tea? And some people have taken real offence at what I've said, and I've had to over the years start to think maybe I shouldn't be quite as reactive as I am when something has pissed me off. But you know, it is what it is, and we are who we are, and you just have to take people for. I try to look at people as a whole. I don't look at them on a particular action or a particular statement and judge them on that, because I know that people are, you know, the majority of people are inherently good people and they have incredible kindness within them. And, you know, just one particular action shouldn't define the person that they are. For me, I hope that that wouldn't define me just on one explosive reaction for everybody else, because I know I'm so much more. But yeah, the sheep amongst us, shall we say, are they perpetuate it a lot of the time.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
You
And
know,
the most powerful thing that I have ever learned to do is to keep my mouth shut.
yeah, yeah,
My mother used to say, "You have a silver tongue and you hurt people." And I got tired of apologizing.
yeah, yeah. It's and the other thing as well though is that a lot of the time I'm very, and you may be the same, justified in what you say, and you feel justified in what you've said. And then to apologize, it's kind of you're apologizing to pacify or placate somebody else, when really what you had to say was actually very valid, you know, and it was very credible what you said, and it had some worth, but you just put it across in the wrong way. For somebody else, it wasn't the wrong way for you, but it was the wrong way for somebody else. And then you think, why am I apologizing? Because I'm not actually sorry what I said. I'm sorry that you were hurt by what I said, but I'm not sorry for the actual content of my explosion or my text or my email, because there were very valid points that meant something to me in there that I wanted to get across. And yeah, I don't like apologizing too often, but
My problem was my delivery. And for a very, very long time in my life, if you gave me a verbal tap, then I would give you a shove.
I mean,
excellent.
yeah, I mean, I know this is definitely going to trigger some people, but you know, I'm trying not to do that, but you know,
But again, look what's happening now.
I,
You have something to say, and you're having to second
I
guess, third guess, and
right,
fourth what
I
you're saying.
feel yes, you're right, you're 100% right. I'm sorry to interrupt. You know, you know, again, I said it last night. You know, the internet has never been a safe space. I
No.
don't fucking care what your angle is, what you felt. You were wrong. You can't trust anyone. And when those very words are coming out of your mouth, and you've got a specific narrative to spin, right? And when I say narrative, I'm trying to be as left-leaning liberal as possible, right? For me personally, when you have a narrative, not calling it a lie, just saying this is your story you're spinning, you know, you shouldn't be putting any pictures up You know, that shouldn't fucking be there at all.
Mm.
And if you think that they're innocent, we all know there's bad people out there.
And I guess in a very rudimentary way, my problem really is that you're acting like there's only one bad person on the internet. And that's complete fucking bullshit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're gonna sit there and go, "Oh, we took this one person down," or "We did this to this one person. We exposed this one person." Okay, well, no, you know, you really
But
didn't.
You
And
did the same thing. You just did the same thing.
oh, I did.
No. We're doing with the same thing. Is what I'm saying.
Okay, sorry, I misunderstood. Yeah, you know, that's hypocritical. It's bullshit. You know,
Well, it's a case of do as I say, not as I do, isn't it?
it is.
Yes.
It really is.
Yes.
And I think really the community post was posted. Notice I didn't say your name, whoever you are. Crazy,
Okay. That's
really
enough.
angry community posting person.
God, you know, this is killing me. I've been never any good at quizzes or guessing games and shizzle like that. And I'm thinking, right, community post. Who would this be?
Okay, okay. Name
Don't tell me.
name your favorite. Name some of your favorite spices.
Or a Spice Girl.
Oh,
Right, okay. Now, yeah, I've got you now. Now I know.
okay.
Somebody
Is that
had
spice into martial arts? How's that work? Not
well,
naming.
there's a joke about that when you're talking about Spice Girls. If you say, they always say to get an American to say Space Grills, and if you say that particular those two words, that's the same as saying Spice Girls in Scottish.
Oh.
So yeah, so Space Girls, and that is Scottish for Spice Girls. Sorry, just a little bit of shit there, but you'll be doing it later.
It's actually funny. Yeah. So again, listen. You're all you're all of you. You know, all of you named people and all of you unnamed people.
Joe said,
Cumin. Right. Cumin. What would it be? Like, I don't know. Cumin MMA fighter or something.
Right.
Yeah. Listen, y'all are all welcome to come over here and tell me I'm bullshit and Voodoo Queen. You're more than welcome. I'm not gonna, just
I'll debate all day long.
block you out of the fucking chat or channel or whatever.
I'll debate
The
all
other
day.
mods aren't either. They
Respectfully, with intelligence.
I would assume they would know that I have my opinions on the internet or about the internet and these types of things.
It is freaking hot.
You just like a certain person over there on that side acknowledged, I know that you're, capable of critical thinking. Yes, I am. Although I am not a reactionary person that reacts to complete bullshit, like what Dark Angel, and I will name her ass or his, whatever she is or he is. I didn't lie. I've never lied about being former law enforcement.
Isn't that funny?
I mean, and this goes back to what the original community post was about misinformation.
Right.
Or maybe you're not hearing, exactly what's being said.
This is hilarious.
So, and I did talk on a live about spanking my oldest daughter one time when she was like a year old, and I didn't beat the fuck out of her. Don't get me wrong.
Oh my God.
I spanked her
once. Listen to this.
One time.
He spanked the oldest once and never did it again. And
Mhm.
somebody has accused him of beating his child
Yeah.
and being former law enforcement. And I died laughing. He didn't think it was as funny as I did. But I was
So,
like, this is just bullshit. This is what's funny to me because it's so off base.
but the
It,
more it's repeated, the more it's believed, isn't it?
well,
Well,
I
I
think
don't give a fuck if it's believed or not. Like I
I'm a
said,
six Glamazon.
I mean,
Let's read that one.
I've had a hell of a lot worse said about me. Although I can't recall. I don't think I've ever been accused of being former law enforcement.
If we're going to repeat rumors.
I used to work for the DOD. That doesn't mean
No.
that, but that's what I'm saying. People will believe whatever they're willing to hear someone else say, right? Hearsay.
Yeah. I want to put the rumor out there that I am 24. I am 6 feet tall. I have no bills. What else can I go on about?
Wealthy, wealth.
I
Lottery winner.
don't know. If you were
Yeah.
6 feet tall, you and I wouldn't be together.
I would not want that big. I would not want that.
I know. That's
I'll
why I'm
have
saying.
to be stuck being short, being 50.
Listen, kiss my ex goes.
Yeah. I know, we're pathetic.
No, beating your child. You want to grow up with a Scottish father, and then you'll know about getting your ass
Oh.
pedaled. Seriously.
Do you know what a razor strap is?
Oh yeah.
Yes, I do. And I was going to say, I've had the belt. You
Yeah.
know?
That's what I got spanked with. I'm the
Yeah.
oldest, and I got the razor strap. And he did not hold them together. He let the woven and the leather, and it would go.
Yeah. I got we were always supposed to come straight home from school, and I didn't. I was only little. I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 years old, and we lived in a little rural Scottish village, and it was very safe. And I just got distracted and went wandering off with a couple of friends, and ended up at someone's house and got lost on the way home because I didn't know where I was, even though it was a tiny village. And my dad and neighbours and everybody were all out with the dogs looking for me, and I was skull dragged home and thrown into the bedroom, and off came his belt, and he absolutely whipped my ass. Because I can remember my mum being on the door outside banging, going, "Richard, she's away, Richard." But I never did it again. And, I don't hate my dad for that. Yeah. Was it harsh? Yeah. But, times are different in different places. And, if I had a child now, I wouldn't do that. However, did it do me any harm? No, I couldn't sit down properly for a few days, but I never wandered off again. God.
The second most torturesome thing that they would do, and I don't know if your family did this, any of the little small trees out in the yard, they would say, go pick your switch. And it was like, oh, sweet Jesus, if I pick a thick one, that's going to hurt. But those skinny ones sting. Oh, they would sting.
No, the worst torture that we ever had was my nana. We used to laugh because she was a tiny woman. She was like, this is where I think I get my height from, or lack of. She was 4'11", and she had the hardest stinging hands you could imagine. And we used to joke saying, sure, she rubs her knuckles on toads to toughen the skin up, because if she cracked you around the back of the legs, my God, that was far worse than a belt or a switch or anything. That was the torture, getting held by your nan by one hand while she's whack, whack, whack on the back of your legs. So I learned to run very fast, very quickly.
Yeah. I like Joe's. Joe said her dad would just give her a look and give them birthday spankings. She said one for each year, and we would run and giggle. And then no, it was coming. But because I'm the oldest, that's the but they were always harder on us. But a very, very common discipline form in South Louisiana, where I grew up, I was told that it was more common among my friends that were French. Um, their family would make them go into the corner, and they would put rice on the floorboards, like on the hardwoods, and kids would have to make sure their knees were exposed, and they'd have to kneel in the rice.
Ooh.
Yeah, that hard rice before it's cooked. It's just
Yeah. God, no, I never had any of that.
yeah. The French were tough. They were really tough.
Yeah, I mean, I think the funniest one ever, and I was probably around about 10 or 11, and I slipped up. I was, me and my sister and my brothers, we were kind of playing, and we didn't think anyone was around, and I said a swear word, a bad one, and I was
Oh,
overheard. I'd heard it, somebody had mentioned it at school, or my dad, might have heard him with him not reeling, because nobody swore in front of us as children, but I may have overheard it, but it was the F-bomb, and I came out with it. And the next thing, I just heard this scream, and it was my nana was coming out of the kitchen at the back of the farmhouse with a skillet in her hand, and she launched it at me, and this is a cast iron skillet, and I think afterwards, I'm really, really lucky that missed. Her aim was shit. Thank God. It was, what did you say? And I just felt it whizzing past. It missed the back of my head and missed my brother by millimeters. But again, it was, something that if it would have connected, and caused damage, she would have felt dreadful. But it was just one of those quick Irish temper things that she had. And yeah, God, I got pasted for that as well. If she could hear me now, God love her and rest her soul.
oh no.
This is for you, Nan. Fuck, fuck, fuck. There we go.
Oh shit!
It's funny. It's funny how we're all kind of like sitting around in your room, laughing about that shit. My grandmother, my mom was the same way. She'd slap the shit out of me in about 2 seconds.
You ever get your mouth washed out with soap?
No, she would slap me.
Oh well, Mama would slap me on the face, but Mama washed my mouth out with soap one time because my Mama was a proper lady. She had her shoes match her handbag to her entire outfit, and her most favorite saying was, "Pretty is pretty does."
Mm-hmm.
And Voodoo Queen was not being pretty. And she took that ivory bar of soap and stuck it in my mouth. My God.
I mean, for me, you could stick a bar of soap in my mouth, but that didn't mean that I was not going to say what I shouldn't say.
I know.
I had no boundaries or limits.
And I didn't curse as a child. It was just, you guys would say I was a very cheeky child.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I wasn't cheeky. It was just I got into trouble for no reason. Well, not for no reason, but I didn't really think. I didn't know what an F word meant. I didn't know it was a bad word. It was just something I'd heard somebody say and came out with it. But, they didn't swear around us, and we were very polite, please and thank you, and I beg your pardon. We were brought up very properly. But my God, if you, if you stepped out of line, yeah, you knew about it. But it didn't do any of us any harm. I'm not saying go out and beat your children. However, it's different, different times and different methods, and look where the world's gone now, and I think that is a lot of discipline issues. People are frightened of disciplining the child without being reported for whatever.
That's what I'm saying to Joe in chat. Joe was saying that there were 4 beautiful girls and 2 boys, and her family was super strict. And I said, well, doesn't it seem like all families used to be strict?
Yeah.
At least when we talk to the way we were raised or the way our parents were raised. My mother's relatively young. She had me at 20, so she's only 70.
Mm-hmm.
She and my dad, there was a bigger age gap, but I know her upbringing was extremely strict.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's again, it's down to how they were brought up and how their parents were brought up. I spent a lot of, pardon me, a lot of time with my grandma because my dad was in the army and he was traveling all over, and we eventually went to live with my mum's family.
Mhm.
My mum became very ill. She got multiple sclerosis quite young, and it was primary progressive, so it was very, very fast. So I spent a lot of time, pardon me, with my grandma, my nana. And bear in mind, she was brought up by Victorian parents.
Mm.
You know, she was an old lady who had come over from Ireland with her parents in the very early 19. Well, I think it was about 1920 they came over from Ireland. So I was brought up with a lot of the values that she was brought up with, which were very Victorian.
Mhm.
You know, so she didn't translate that into modern day. It was we were brought up how she was brought up, as strict as that was. And yeah, it's no, it's just very sad how people seem to think that discipline, it's like the participation awards, isn't it? I don't
Right.
agree with that. You know, my nieces and nephews, my sister will apparently post all over Facebook, oh, Josh got a participation award for England. And I'm like, no, you get an award for coming first. And when you don't,
Thank you.
you try working harder. You know, we didn't get that. How are children ever going to learn to be competitive or to try and better themselves if everybody gets an award just for taking part and being shit?
Right. But you're right.
Right. Yeah.
No, my parents were like, "Were you first? Were you at least second?" You know, that's
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I just roll my eyes lately at everything.
we were talking about this in a way earlier, and I have a pretty harsh view of mothers these days. Um,
Hmm.
and I think it's mainly due to social media. I'm going to behave myself, okay? I'm going to behave. He doesn't like my viewpoints, and I can be extremely um, harsh and opinionated,
Yeah,
but I see way too many mothers these days thinking that they gave birth to angels and that they are just the most perfect, perfect, the most beautiful, the smartest. And it is this attitude of a child as a status symbol that I have a problem with.
yeah, yeah. Hmm.
Right.
And here's another thing as well, which you may or may not have grown up with. The if you'd done something as a child, I don't know whether, I mean, where I grew up, it was we didn't have a lot of activities, so the things were like climbing somebody's wall and stealing apples off the tree, or you know, it wasn't like stealing cars or breaking into houses. It was pretty tame stuff, but you would get a knock at the door from the neighbour, and they'd go, "We've just seen
Yeah.
Missy there do this." I wasn't asked, did you? I was royal to the front door, cracked, apologize. I didn't get a chance to go, and I didn't get a chance to lie. That, not that I would have done, because I would have got another smack for telling lies, but we didn't get that. No, my child would never have done that.
Right, right,
You
right.
know, it's like you say, they're all little angels now. One of my nieces had posted something online. It was actually on Twitter, gosh, maybe 4 years ago. And yeah, I say the word, but as a, how old was she at the time? Probably 14, 15, had dropped the C bomb on
Mhm.
Twitter and forgetting that her auntie is on there as well. And I
Uh-huh.
commented on it, and she blocked me straight away
Oh,
because I went, "Whoa, your mouth blocked." So I rang my sister and I said, you know, Lauren has just publicly on Twitter called somebody a see you next Tuesday.
yeah.
No, she wouldn't have done that. I said, and she would
Oh,
have. No,
oh,
no, no, she would never use that word. I had screenshot it because I thought, I know the sneaky little shit will probably remove this. You know, so I said to my sister, she's not an angel. She's not an
it,
angel, but, you know.
everyone is fallible. We're human beings.
Yeah.
But it's the social media world where people have they pose their children, and you know they've got them in these pristine clothes, and everything is just sunshine and rainbows. And it's like, that kid probably had mud or grease or whatever that they're, that's what children do.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Well, my sister never. We'd come home from church on a Sunday, and we'd been in the Sunday best, and I'd be like, "What was the grubby kid off Charlie Brown?"
Pigpen.
Is that, yeah? I could never remember. There was a grubby kid that had the blanket and flies all around it. I'd look like that. I'd literally walk 300 yards from church to home, and I would look like the grubby child, and my sister was pristine. So I just attracted dirt.
Yeah, that was me, by the way. Big fan.
Good. I'm not the only one.
My mom would I feel so sorry for some of the things we did to her, but she would dress my sister and I alike, and we would always make these foul faces when she would try to take pictures.
What is that with always dress? We were the same. We weren't twins, what we always had, no matter what the age gap was, we had to be dressed exactly the same, and the boys were always dressed the same, and we hated it.
Yeah.
But years later, it was, well, if you'd have got that dress and she hadn't, you'd have been arguing over it.
Right.
So
well, we were
the same.
3 years apart, and I think, quite honestly, because there were 3 of us, I mean, and I didn't ask to have brothers and sisters, but it was a lot. I can only imagine that it was probably easier for them to just be like, I don't have time to think about another damn outfit.
Yeah.
I'm getting them in different sizes.
I don't know. Is there anybody in chat? Because I can't see. I'm just I'm sitting near the open fire trying to keep warm and just using my phone.
Oh,
I'm
it's
sorry
Joe
if I haven't
and
said hello to
Sheila.
anyone.
Green Eyes, Joe, Sheila.
Yep, Green Eyes had to go get smokes, so she may not be back yet.
Hi, girls.
I know. I wish we were all like on a party line. We could hear each other.
This is the modern day party line, isn't it? I mean,
oh, we just need to get back together again. It's yeah, I've missed everybody.
When did your heat go out?
Well, yesterday morning, so Friday morning, it was a bit dodgy on Thursday night. The radiators downstairs were just turning off. The ones upstairs were staying on, so I redid the pressure on the boiler, and I thought that had solved it. And now none of them. So it's burning gas. It's costing me money, and everything is stone cold. I've bled the system. I'm wondering whether there's a load of shit in the radiators that's causing an airlock. I've got no idea, but yeah. So I've been trying to get hold of a heating engineer to come out, but I've only just had the same problem with it. Was it 3 weeks or 2 weeks ago? It's an old boiler, yeah, and that cost me. I had to try and find the money to get that sorted, and now it's gone again. So yeah, just before Christmas. How fun!
Yeah, if y'all have the same standards over there, if you call a technician out on the weekend, they charge you 3 times the amount they charge Monday through Friday.
Yeah, that's why I'm hoping that I'm trying to get the one guy I normally get. He's like, well, I'm booked up until January. It's like, really? So I've been ringing round, but I will definitely freeze for the next 2 days because I'm not paying a weekend call out. No chance.
I don't blame you. I am just the same way. I'm cheap. I have the money, but I'm not paying it. I will just be for 2 days.
Well, I was just right. How many jumpers can I fit on? At the moment, I've got pajamas on and tracksuit bottoms on and another pair of like baggy pants over the top. So 3 pairs of pants on, 2 pairs of socks, and 2 jumpers. But it doesn't help because I'm really skinny, so I've not really got any body fat. So I might have to get fat, I think, for Christmas.
Well, I found some this year. Last year I looked fantastic. I was at my ideal weight. And since Clown and I have been together, I guess I've gotten too comfortable and I've put on a couple of pounds.
Oh, well, that's contentment, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you guys hear that? She's blaming me. I don't know what she's blaming me for.
I'm
She's
not
blaming me for something.
because you love me so much. I'm comfortable and I put on some weight.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, all right.
Is that
What
awful?
height are you, Voodoo?
I am only 5'3".
Oh, so you're an inch taller than me then.
But
Everybody.
I have TNA, so I'm good in that department. So I was hoping titties and ass.
TNA? Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, with you.
Yeah.
Thanks for throwing us again.
What? How is that bad? How is that? I have a nice figure. There's just a little bit more of it now. You tell me these things all the time. I can't say them out loud.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know what I'm in trouble for. I really don't.
I don't know what I'm in trouble for. That's the whole problem.
You're a man, of course. You're gonna be in trouble.
Exactly, and I'm a white man. There you go. I'm fucking in trouble. I'm just in trouble.
No, you're not, baby.
You're a privileged misogynist. That's what you are.
Yeah.
He's about that. He couldn't be further from the opposite.
Yeah.
He's a man. You're a good man.
I don't know about a good.
And I think that's possibly going back slightly is why people aren't going to come onto your. I don't mean people, your friends coming onto your panel, but when you're asking people to address you, because you don't get angry, but you can get your point across really forcefully or firmly, shall we say, and. You're not going to back down. You have an opinion, and that is your opinion, and you're entitled to it, and you're going to stick to it. Because you always sound like you're talking with a laugh in your voice. And I think that's what people don't like, because you're not going to get riled up.
Yeah. Like right now. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I get that. I totally get that. Yeah, listen, I've said before, I think it's funny that's not getting brought up. I used to troll. I still do.
Joe had to go because her husband came home, but what she said was hilarious. I'll read it to you since you can't see it. Yes.
Okay.
She says, "Oh, my man is home. Hey, I have ass and titties too. Gotta go. My husband agrees with you."
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Yeah, exactly. Listen, it's one of the things that attracted me to not only BAM's, and I said this on my live earlier, it's not BAM's community. The account is BAM's world, right?
Yeah.
Just like it's Ginger. Oh, I fucked up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, mysterious redheaded person.
Okay, we get it.
That supposedly martial arts. I'm sorry. Get over yourselves. I don't give a fuck who it is. Get over yourselves. These aren't your individual communities. YouTube as a whole is a community.
But what were you attracted to?
But I was attracted to people speaking out, being outspoken, and not necessarily all their activities, but that's what I was attracted to. And I hope that that's what people are attracted to about me, is that no, we're not dumbasses, and we're not trying to twist any narrative, but
we have
you're giving me my entitlement to my opinion, And I have a problem with assuming, right, that I haven't been on the internet before 2018. No, sorry, I have a problem with that. I've been on the internet since like 1998, I think.
Which sometimes I think makes you sound like you're 80.
I, there
God,
you go.
my dad got the internet in, God, was it 99 or 2000, I think, but we were banned from going near it.
Yeah.
But again, he was, you don't know who you're talking to. And that, I think, was quite, he showed quite a bit of foresight there, because this
Yeah.
is before people found out, because I used to see him and he'd be on, was it MSN chats or something?
Yeah. Yeah.
There used to be different chats, and we'd like stand over his shoulder, and there was like an army one. I think one of his in his regiment had set it up, and that was kind of a group chat, and there were different chat rooms you could go in, and we were like, can we have a go? No. Well, can we just no? You don't know who
Yeah.
you're talking to, and now looking back, I think, God, he really had his head screwed on.
Mm-hmm. My sister did not allow my nieces to go on the internet until they were out of high school. Now they're both in college now, but they were not allowed to have face. They went on the internet for school projects. They went on the internet. They could look at um, things. I think Yahoo or something. Yahoo had some kids thing, but
Yeah,
they were not allowed to have Facebook, MySpace, all that different stuff.
yeah,
Um, no Twitter, nothing until after high school, and that was a very good decision because they
yeah.
stayed out of a lot of crap.
Hmm. Yeah, and I think that's possibly why I'm not addicted to the internet as such, just because we weren't using it when it was first new and everybody was on it, and a lot of my friends at school and what have you, we weren't allowed. So I didn't have that all-consuming need to be on, same as now. A lot of my friends from school, the Facebook this, Facebook that, Snapchat, Instagram. I don't do any of that. I have Twitter, I have YouTube. That's it. I just don't. I'm not really that interested. Well, I am interested, but I don't need to be online.
Right.
It's not. Whereas I think a lot of people nowadays, they're living online. They have to be online. They feel like their life's over if they haven't managed
Right.
to be on for at least 5 hours in a day or 6 hours. I'm not saying everybody, because some people that is their only contact with the outside world. But I mean,
Yeah.
people who have a life, who have families, what the fuck? You're sitting on the internet for 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20 hours at a time.
Yeah.
You know,
You're not.
what,
You're ignoring your other in person life.
yeah, I couldn't do that and sit there just on the internet chatting to random strangers for the majority of the day, every day.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's fun. Like tonight is really fun because I've missed everybody and I finally managed to catch one of your lives. Um, so making the most of it. But if I'm then not online for another 2 or 3 weeks, I'm not thinking what's going on. But I
Mhm.
do, obviously, because I'd caught up on the last couple of lives thinking, oh, something's going on that I've missed and I haven't got a flipping clue.
Yeah.
And that's just me being nosy. I'm a woman. It's what we do. We have to know everything, but it's not going to consume me. I just walk away. But
Right.
again, which is why you guys are the same. It's you're not eaten up by things that are getting said and done on the internet, because you can differentiate. This isn't real life.
I have a group of very good girlfriends. And even throughout the pandemic, like I had two of them came to visit, which was fantastic. And one I saw um, a little bit more because we used to work together. But
Mhm.
I'm not the kind of person that needs people. I'm very solitary.
Yeah,
Um, so for me to not have contact, with the exception of work, that's not unusual. And I'm very happy and content and
Yeah.
have a life.
Yeah, and it's again about living in people's pockets, isn't it? It's I had a phone call this morning from my best friend. I haven't physically seen her for 2.5 years. She moved to the other end of the country. She lives in Hampshire now, so you know how far that is away from Lancashire. Not
Yeah.
as in America's distance, but, you know, it's because we fit into like a little corner of Texas. But she lives down in Hampshire, and we haven't physically seen each other. We actually haven't spoken properly, had a proper conversation for the best part of a year. But she called me up this morning, and it's like we've just seen each other, you know, 2 days ago, because we don't have to live in each other's pockets. It's, hiya, oh my God, chat for 20 minutes, and then off the phone we went. And we might not speak for another year, but she's still my best friend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Sheila was saying that she's kind of the same, that her online presence isn't that much. YouTube, Facebook for family and friends.
Yeah. It,
Now, I started using Facebook several years ago. I used Facebook Marketplace to shop, but my online presence is looking at design. My original major in school was interior design, and
oh,
so
wow.
yeah, I'm still very interested. It's still a hobby, so it's something that I was. Well, she was saying goodbye to Joe, baby. She's still here, but she said she's fallen asleep.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, but that's what I'm doing when I'm on these various platforms. It's the ones that are visual. You know, I'm on YouTube looking at how to make something. I'm on another platform looking, getting me just design ideas.
You've just reminded me. I do have another account on another platform. Well, it's not even a platform, is it? Pinterest. I love that. I've got like,
Yeah.
you know, my interior design and garden designs, and then my cooking and so on. So yeah, I use Pinterest, but I don't converse with anybody on there. I've just got things saved, and yeah, but that's all I use the internet for.
Now, I might try to find you on there. Kiss my ex. That might be a way to connect to you.
Yeah, I'll have to. Oh, hang on. I can do it in the private chat, can't I? Here.
Oh.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
He was trying to think of how we can connect with you guys.
Hang on. Let me dig around.
You got him excited now.
Well.
I wanted to connect with you in Green Eyes.
The problem is that I don't know how to do that.
But I think she knows how.
No. Right. So you're seeing the public right now.
So I've just. That's the name that I use on.
Hang on.
We got to figure out, is that it?
Yeah, private chat. Click on private chat.
Okay, give us a second, honey.
Okay.
Okay, I'll type mine right.
Oh, okay. Well, make sure that doesn't go into public chat.
No, I'm looking at public chat. Okay, so I can take my phone.
We've been trying to figure out how we can all connect.
Right. Sorry, I gave you the so my name's on that, but I've got an @ on there, so I'll post that to you now as well. Where am
I? Sorry, Sheila. I misunderstood.
Oh wait,
I thought you were going to bed too.
It didn't take all of it. Sorry.
Right. That's my @ on.
I don't think I have to have that, do I? I don't know if I have to have that.
We're all a bunch of older people trying to figure out the internet, aren't we?
I don't even see where I have an @ I don't think that's on here.
It's mine. It's underneath my name, so I've got my and obviously that name is because I was getting searched for on Twitter, so I used my Norwegian family name.
Mm. Yeah, and see, you can see even mine isn't my full name.
Some private chat shenanigans going on.
Shenanigans. Let's see.
Do my best to
How many followers do you have?
entertain.
You can
About
type that in there.
4.
Don't say it.
Oh, that sounds bad.
Let me see how many I have, and then I can tell you. Come out of there. Come out of there. Where do I find that crap? See, I don't remember where I see it.
Oh.
They changed a couple of things.
I think I might have found you. Let me see. Do you not have a photograph on Pinterest?
No, ma'am.
Right. Let me see then. I shall send that. And if that is you and you get it, then I can add you.
Okay. I forget how many followers I have, but I'll type how many pins I have if it shows you that.
Let me see.
Oh, I did it twice. Sorry.
I don't.
The text is so
This
small.
is how crap I am. I don't even know how to follow anybody on Pinterest because I very rarely. Well, I've never used it to reconnect. Just some people have followed me because they've liked which pins I've saved.
Do you have a picture on yours?
I have got. Let me have a little look. I do. I'm trying to think what it is. Oh, it says. I think it says Viking Girls.
Just whatever you do, don't dox yourselves.
We're not. It just hasn't come up yet, honey. But something tells me that that's you. No, I was wrong. Am I causing you anxiety?
No. Maybe just a little.
Just a little, baby.
Well, I don't know anything about these other platforms. So.
We can't find out crap from each other, but we could. What I've done for my girlfriends is I create boards for them, and I can collaborate with them on here, and I can pin pictures of images like for things that I. Well, we can talk privately on here.
In the private chat, right? The private chat. I mean, put your number here.
Oh, that's easier, isn't it? Ding, ding, ding.
You know.
This is my number for WhatsApp.
Why don't you come on to the private? Why don't you come on to the stream using your account? No,
I just gave it to her.
Oh, well, okay.
That's for WhatsApp.
Why don't you do it that way?
I think we've lost Kiss My Axe. Are you still there, honey? What's it doing?
Hello? Can you hear us?
Did I do something?
I think you did.
I'm sorry. Here.
You're surfing.
No, I'm not. This is my phone. Oh, she got kicked off. She was on her phone. Let me take a picture right quick. That text is so little for me. Damn it.
She left herself out of stream.
Oh, shit. I'm so tired. Sheila, I'm sorry, honey. We got into our own little world right there. Oh, Lord. Sheila, honey, I'm sorry. We weren't talking about, if it wasn't real interesting. I don't know about you, but I love Pinterest. And they changed some of the settings, and now I can't see half the crap that I used to see. It's very frustrating. And now I think I know that it is. Oh, baby, it's 9 o'clock. I want to get rid of this little thing, but I don't know how to go back.
You want to get rid of?
This. Oh, that's what I needed to see. Comments, right? There you go. See, I fixed it. It's just the text is so small.
Yeah, but is the audio gone?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
It says here. It says that you're still live up there.
Yeah, but is the audio gone?
I don't think so. She said it happened on Jack the Ripper Live. If I try to use another app, it boots me out of StreamYard. Ah, gotcha. It says that 7 up there. It looks like 7 people are watching. That's interesting.
Okay. She said she can hear us.
Okay. Good deal. Oh, your phone is mine is lagging. Look
But
at that.
I don't know how I can.
How you can what?
The link back.
Well, I can copy it for you. That's what I did last time. If it's still here in my thing, I can just copy and put it up there. Oh, now it's trying to bring me there. Well, at least I can copy it.
There you go. Link's back there.
Okay.
I think.
No. I don't want to go on. It picked me up. No. I'm getting so tired. I know. Too many stupid images. It's not energy. I mean, we had to evaluate everybody today. It's a big group of people. We're very lucky. Some very smart people. I told you one kid speaks 3 languages. Is she up?
Well, I think so.
Oh, there she is.
Oh, there you are.
Oh,
Nope.
she might be having some problems. She is in the UP, isn't she? So
Yes.
it's middle of the night for her.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear?
Silly girl.
I think note to self, don't try and use other apps when I'm on StreamYard on my phone.
Yep.
It may have been your fault. It may have been my fault. I don't know.
Well, it would have been me if I did something wrong because I'm not used to using it.
It could have been her fault.
It was,
Imagine
it was
that.
my fault. So I'll take that one for the team. It was definitely my fault. Yeah, because I did that. If you remember on the Jack the Ripper, I was sending a text message and then I froze up. So and then I
Yep.
had to come back in and say I was actually sending an "I love you" text. And yeah, I'm really sorry. So I should have realised. Don't do other things.
That's okay. It's okay. But I took a little a screenshot, and I think we'll be able to find a way to connect.
Brilliant. Well, I don't know how to. Can you upload a photograph onto the private chat? Do you know?
I don't know.
I'm not sure. Now, see, if we had my laptop out here, I could do almost anything.
I don't know.
Uh
Oh,
oh, it knocked her off again. Is somebody fighting? Did you hear that? There she is again.
all right. You're back on.
Oh, right, I'm not going to touch anything else. That was me. I went onto private chat and effed it up. So
That's the fucking problem with StreamYard.
I'm touching nothing. Nothing.
So I hope this guy can come out Monday maybe and fix it.
Well, I've still not. This guy that I normally get is January. So I've got a few calls that I can make tomorrow. But because I've now finished for Christmas. I've finished work Friday, yesterday. So obviously with the pandemic, I had a lot of leave to take, and my new leave year starts on the 4th of January. So I said to my boss, I'm really going to need to take all this leave. So I'm off for the next 3 weeks, nearly 4 weeks. So yeah, so at least I'll be at home where I can kind of get an engineer, if he's available, can come at any time. So fingers crossed.
I've got another week of work and then I'm off for two, little over two.
Oh,
And then
lovely.
but I've got some stuff happening that I'm working on that I might have to do a little bit here and there.
Mhm.
It's flight. And then it's back to the grind afterwards.
Are you having family over for Christmas, or going visiting or anything?
My mother isn't too far away.
Oh, good.
Yeah, so I will go see her. We were actually talking about that last night. When was the best time? Because it's a little drive, and trying to think of working that out. But he and I are very happy to have a low key Christmas.
Yeah. I feel like that this year. Nobody feels like, whether it was because of last year, I don't know what it was like in America, but here we had, there was a ban on any social gathering, and they gave people, you could meet relatives on Christmas Day, but you weren't allowed to stay over. Well, I was like, fuck that. And I had my elderly aunt here because she lives on her own, and I thought,
Yeah.
not having a 78-year-old lady who lives on her own spending Christmas, because I don't mean to put her downer, but it could potentially have been her last Christmas.
Right.
You're not spending it alone. So she came here for a week. But I think after last year, instead of having the crazy everybody, going visiting all different relatives' houses and what have you, I was actually quite relieved I didn't have to do it. So part of me isn't that bothered if he puts another ban on, on visiting and partying and what have you, because I quite enjoyed it.
Yeah. Well, I did Christmas with Zoom with my family last year, and they love coming to Dallas. So they're going to come after Christmas,
Yeah.
and they'll go shopping and hit the after Christmas sales. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
told, I said, well, I have another month to leave everything up in.
Oh no, that'll be great. That'll be great. A friend and I have arranged to do that as well, because she's more of I mean, I don't know what your guys' opinion is of it, but I haven't had the vaccine. I'm not having the vaccine until it's been properly medically tested. So, but my friend is I've had the vaccine, I've had my booster, I've just had my new jab, and she is now having relatives coming up to visit over Christmas. So we should have got together next weekend to exchange presents and whatnot. Now she's decided that she's going to isolate until her family get here, because they're isolated until they come up, so that there's no germs passed or what have you. And I was like, oh, for Christ's sake. So we're now going to have our Christmas after Christmas, if you will. So I don't have to take the tree down or the decorations. I can leave them all up.
It's so nice. It's so nice.
But the house looks so bare, doesn't it, when everything comes down?
Yeah. Yeah, because everything's, I love color, and everything's so shiny and pretty. You didn't get to see it. I did a retro Christmas this year, so all the decorations, everything is like 1950s.
Lovely.
Yeah, it's sparkly. I love it.
Oh, what? Did you post that online?
No, he showed it. He showed the tree in his live, one of the lives. It's just got it in there.
Oh, I'll go back and look.
Yeah, got all the old pixie elves and the shiny bright ornaments and the old snow babies, and I have some of those ornaments are 80 years old.
Well, do you know what I found when last year when I went to pick my aunt up to bring her back here? She had everything goes in the loft. Why do elderly people do this? All the Christmas decorations are in the attic, but they can't get up to get them down. So it's like, what the fuck? You live in a 4-bedroomed house and you live on your own. Put them in one of the spare rooms. Yeah. Anyway, I went up to get the box down because this was the day before Christmas Eve. And I said, I will help, even though you're not going to be here, I'll help you put the tree up. I'll get the decorations down. And there's a huge box. And when I went in, so she's got all the decorations that were my nana's, her mum's, and her grandparents. And we found these little, they're like clip things.
Yeah.
With that clip on, that they used to put real candles in on the Christmas tree.
Yes.
I was like, wow. I didn't, and things that look like they're made out of plaster, like a boot and a Father Christmas and a little, and I said, why have I never seen these before? She, well, you never get the box out. So I was fascinated.
Yeah, we had one of those boots. They were they were made out of this chunky, almost like a glitter, but it's not glitter. Yeah. But those pixie elves, they have silver leafed little cuffs and a silver leafed lapel, and the little hats. Those things are so threadbare. Those poor things are falling apart.
I'll tell you what I should do if you like the retro stuff, because this stuff is just sitting in that box, and it has been for years. And she looked like she was on the verge of, I might just chuck it all away. And I'm thinking, please don't do that. If she looks like she's going to throw it out, I'll box it up and send it to you. You can have some British decorations. Well, some will have come from Ireland back in the 1800s, probably. I mean, I can't imagine that. You pack everything up coming over from the south of Ireland in like 1920, bringing all your Christmas decorations with you.
Well, back then they didn't throw anything out. They didn't buy new decorations, you know? It was like, these are the Christmas decorations. It was like a fucking spouse. These are the Christmas decorations for life.
Yeah. And did you used to have that tinsel stuff as a child? They were like strings of silver that you just threw on the tree. And I can remember my nana taking everyone off one at a time and putting them back in the same box. God knows how old they were.
Yep.
Because they didn't have tinsel.
Yep. Mama did that. We did that every year. But I found some new tinsel, and I had every intention on putting it on the tree, and I got lazy. And I was like, I ain't taking that shit back off the tree. So I never put it on.
No. I tend to change every year my colour scheme. So this year I've got these glittery snowflakes in different colours. I've kind of gone minimalistic for me. and bells that are hung with ribbon instead of baubles, and they look really pretty, except when the dog goes past, because he's got a huge tail, he wags, and then it sounds like a fairy's just died. Oh, sorry, not died, but its wings, you know, on It's a Wonderful Life, and all the little bells start tinkling.
Nice. I didn't realize I had so much Christmas, and so we didn't bring even half of it down. And it just reminds me that I've got to, and it's not going to happen this year, but I've got to take the time to organize all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because
It's one of those things you don't want to do, isn't it, though?
Oh God, no. I've got like 10 boxes. It's ridiculous.
I'm probably not far off.
It's amazing. You don't realize it.
Well, when I went to look in the boxes upstairs, I'm like, what colour shall I have this year? And I found a box that was under a bed, as they do, and I thought, oh, what's in this? And the Black Watch tartan. One year I'd gone for Black Watch tartan, so there's Black Watch tartan bows and baubles and green and red and black tinsel, and I thought, God, I've had some really minging tastes over the year.
My mother got on this kick where she was putting poinsettia flowers in the tree, and the first year she did it, we were like, that's beautiful, it's genius. By year 4, we were like, I'm sick of looking at that
shit. Well, actually, I've got some of this year I've gone for the fake poinsettia garlands, so they're kind of round down the stair rail and round my pictures. And my friend came in the other day and she went, that looks fucking disgusting. I went, do you think? I think it looks really sweet. And it doesn't match your tree. I went, nothing has to match. Yes, it does. She said, your tree isn't red and you've got all these red decorations everywhere. So I just throw that shit.
Oh my God. What? Really? What the fucking Christmas matches?
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm fucking serious.
It's called a scheme.
You
pick everything that doesn't match and you put it all together?
No, I do not.
Not you. But I mean, just in general.
You come up with the theme and the scheme and everything, the garland and the front door and the decorations outside and the extra accoutrements, they need to all go together.
Right. So okay.
That's why I didn't pull down some of the older stuff.
So help me understand. Okay, you got the elf who's not tall, he's not normal, right?
He's
short.
Creepy.
He's short, creepy.
Yeah, I like creepy.
Have you guys got Elf on the Shelf?
Oh fuck no! It's the pixie elves from the 40s.
Yeah, she knows where I'm going.
I know. Yeah.
So where am I going? Where am I going with this?
How do I think it all matches?
Well, I mean, you got the Grinch, right?
Baby, I love you, but you wear a t-shirt and jeans every day, and so style is not
your. You will laugh at this. Cooper never ever pee in the garden, and he never messes in the house. And I've got this huge Santa, the freestanding Santa. Even if he doesn't match, he has to come out at Christmas. So I've got polar bears and I've got penguins and I've got this huge Santa, which is it's not much shorter than I am. And I thought I'll take it outside into the garden and knock off any dust that might have gathered under the dust sheet because it's been upstairs. And I stood him outside to air and I came back and Cooper's there cocking his leg and he'd pissed up the side of Santa. So,
listen, here's what I want to do. I want to turn my camera on and I want to show you her Easter.
You can do that. I just bought. Okay, I'm a very nostalgic person, and so when I see things from my childhood, I've started buying them. Yeah. And so I got the retro Christmas this year, and when I was looking online, I found because I like the old blow molds because it sounds like that's what your Santa is. The old blow mold.
Huh?
It's the thick plastic. Is that what Santa is? And they would put a light underneath him and he would light up.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's what they're called, blow molds. Well, when I was looking this year, I found this 2-foot little chickadee coming out of an Easter egg.
Right.
And so I had to have him. I had to have him. He is creepy as fuck, and I had to have him.
I quite like creepy, so long as they're not. No offense, but so long as they're not clowns, because yeah.
No. I told her. I said, you know what I want to see? I want to see a horror movie. We were talking about dolls. Remember, in BAM's live a while back.
Yeah.
We were trying to figure out which doll was like the creepiest doll she was talking about in those horror movies. And I swear to God,
you think that chick is the creepiest?
That goddamn.
Well, show it to her.
No.
Show
maybe
it.
I'll show it tomorrow.
You can do it. Flip it around or do whatever you need to do and show it.
Okay, let me see if I.
Yeah, I gotta see it now.
Yeah, I can't. That's right. I can't do it. I have to.
Yes,
do it.
you can.
That's gonna fuck the whole thing up.
No, it's not. Is this
Oh,
it?
Honey.
No, that's not it.
That's
not
is
how you
it.
do it. Well, why are you saying I'm gonna mess? I'm working technology. Stop it.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yep. So now I'll get out of your way. You.
I love these minor online domestics. They're great.
she's gonna show y'all her damn thing. She's probably gonna show you a bunch of other shit she doesn't want to show you.
Watch all of this build up, and I'll go, "Oh, that's really cute."
Okay. It's not coming on. I said camera 0.
I don't know about all that. Did we lose everybody? Is there?
Kiss, are you still there?
I'm still here.
Okay.
Have you had an increase in your chat numbers yet, or?
No. Oh, you can share slides. That's new.
No, don't.
Oh. Can you see him?
A little. Oh, give me 1 sec. Oh. Yeah, yeah. That's a big mofo, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I think he's so cute and creepy.
I mean, can't you see this thing like popping up in your room, being like,
I'd shit myself.
I want to kill you during the Easter season.
You need to put a bloody knife under its wing or something.
Sure. It wouldn't be in my voice, obviously.
No. No. See, usually my stuff is nice, like my mirror that I need to repaint. But yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, I get why you've bought it, because it's, sometimes you see something, excuse me, that is so bizarre, you can't leave it on the shelf, can you?
That's exactly it. I was like, it is so ugly cute.
Yeah. Yeah, just make sure you don't have kids around.
Yeah. You know what cracks me up is her mom tells her that she's so tacky. And I'm not saying that, it's tacky, but it's kind of tacky.
Yeah.
It's like on the edge of tacky. And she's like, I don't get what mom's saying.
Well, my mother and I have different tastes.
Yeah.
And some of mine is just the fact that
I think.
Yeah.
Well, you in my opinion, you have what you have is this macabre
Yeah.
tacky. You know what I mean? There's like there's the element of macabre to it.
Well, I have like very, very high end, nice things. I've got like a phenomenal.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of Louis, and
nobody's
I've got one big one.
Yeah, nobody's gonna
Nobody's
question
going to
that.
question that. Nobody's going to question the
Yeah,
Mercedes.
yeah.
But it's going to look
Right.
as
Right. But they are gonna look at that and go, "What the fuck? You have a Mercedes? You have?" And it's odd because it's like it is
I'm eclectic. It's that simple.
well,
That's the right word. That's the right word. The thing we you know we don't all like what we like. If you were to see the paintings I've got in my house, and that's the one thing, nothing matches, but individually they're beautiful, and I want to buy them, and then I hang them, and I'm like, right, that doesn't go with anything. One of the things I bought, which bear in mind, I'm living in a nearly 300-year-old cottage, so the decor inside is in keeping with that time period. I've got a lot of oak, and like I've got a handmade rocking chair, and which I never sit in, but it kind of fitted the vibe. But then I went and bought I don't know if you've heard of Leonid Afremov, the painter. And I bought one of his paintings, which are crazy colours, and I love it. It's a huge thing. I bought it a few years ago. It goes with nothing. I can't put the damn thing up, and it's huge, absolutely huge painting. But I loved it, and I do that, and I think, right, well, okay, it can just stay in a cupboard forever, but I'm not going to sell it because I love the thing. And then I've got a beautiful seascape in my lounge, but then that goes with pictures from Africa as well. It's just one of those things. If I like them, I get them.
No, I only have a couple of rules with my art. When I make a gallery wall, it's going to have probably some plant, like a wall planter that has some plant in there. I have to have something metal. I've got to have an original oil. I need a print. I need some type of sketch or watercolor, some photography. So I have a couple of elements that I put together. And
history as well.
Yeah, I do a lot of historical things.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the midst of all that, I might have jackalope ears. I don't know, whatever
That's
tickles my fancy.
actually true. I'm going to give you my, I'm not a big fan of monkeys.
I love monkeys.
She loves monkeys. But, everything else she just stated, she does definitely.
And it looks good.
She does make sure it's incorporated. So.
Yeah, I think that's where, I mean, obviously you as you said, with your design background, and you can see the bigger picture, whereas I don't. Nothing matches because I just go and buy shit. I've got like an Ursula White original, which you probably haven't heard of her, English artist, and that's Foxes. Foxes coming out again. I love it. It matches nothing. I've got some Yorgos Meris originals from Greece. They're on my landing upstairs. They match nothing. That's why they're up there. I thought, well, I'll just have them on the landing. And I've got an Italian, it's like a sketch, a huge thing, but it's of horses. And it's been done, it's a sketch, but then they've kind of filled it in with bronzes and golds. And that's an original that was a gift for me. But it matches nothing because it's too modern for the house. And then obviously the Leonid Afremov thing that I bought.
Take it all and put it on one wall, and you will absolutely love it.
Do you think?
Yes, because you love the artwork itself, and you don't line them up like in one section. I'll put two where just the bottoms of them are aligned, and then I'm just filling in gaps and spaces visually, and so it's more interesting when your eye moves around it. I'll have to take a picture, and when we connect, I'll take a picture and put it on Pinterest and show you.
Oh, please do. Yeah, that'd be great. I mean, I do that. I don't have things lined up. You know, if you go back to your parents, if they ever hung pictures, everything was, you know, the spirit level came out, everything was at the same height, at the same level for the most part. I don't do that. They're all at different heights and on different walls. But yeah, I just kind of I look around thinking none of this matches. Got one photograph of me with one of my horses, who's died now. That's on one big wall. It's a huge photograph that was taken. I was sitting on the floor and she'd walked over. I'll show you that as well at some point. She'd come over to me and she was kissing my nose. So I'm just sitting on the floor in the dark with my white horse over and kissing my face. That's on one wall, but it doesn't match anything.
It doesn't have to. Everybody will tell you, buy what you love. Just buy what you love.
Yeah, I do. And it looks like the old curiosity shop in here. It's well loved clutter.
Amen.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. It's yeah. I just need a little bit of skill, I think. So yeah, I'll get some good tips off you, especially off your Pinterest.
Yeah, for sure. I love doing that stuff. And that's the best way to collaborate with somebody is with a board that you make together because you can pin and you can vote on it. That's what my sister would do. I would pin things for her and then she would say, nah, I don't like that or I like this. And that's how I helped her with some of the furniture in her house.
Oh, great. Because I was actually thinking of because the last time I spoke to Bam on the phone, she was telling me, because I hadn't been online, she said, oh, have you seen my community post? I've posted this finger knitting thing. And I said, oh, no, I have done that before. And we were chatting about it. And she was saying, you know, I'd really like to get into it, but I need somebody to show me and all the rest. And I had originally learned how to do the finger knitting and the arm knitting via Pinterest. And I was thinking maybe I should tell her to come onto there and, you know, get some tips as to how to do it. Because some great ideas on there.
Yeah. That is a rabbit hole after rabbit hole. I get started on one thing and then I find something else I like and Lord have mercy.
Yeah, no, it's very interesting. I got some good ideas there as well. The Amish, is it Amish knot rugs?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I make rag rugs, which you may or may not make over there. I don't know, but I'm currently making 2 of them. They take ages. I'm making huge rugs. And I just was skirting through some different boards, looking for some colour ideas on Pinterest, and then came across these Amish knot rugs. And I thought, the hell are these? I love that they're so easy. These huge circular things, they are so easy to make. And they look great.
I didn't know they were easy to make. I had gone down, I saw a picture of something, and the actual guns that are used to make rugs have become very popular and they're very low priced because I was thinking about making a rug for my dining room because the one I want's $14,000 and I'm too cheap to pay.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes, if you have the time, I mean, they do take a long time, but the actual rag rugging, you know, you don't need a gun for that. It's just a hook, but it takes forever. But your Amish knot rugs, you just do them by hand. You don't need any equipment. It's just, yeah, I've got these huge circular rugs that I make as gifts for people, and they look great.
Yeah. I love handmade things. They're beautiful.
It's just finding the time to do it, isn't it? Because life gets in the way.
Yeah. Well, we're renovating this this house, and I've put it on hold for a while, and I contracted out one job because I just wasn't capable of doing it. And it's if I do anything other than work on the house, I feel guilty.
Yeah. No, well, it's when you have a list of things to do, but I tend to jump in between tasks because my attention span is like a flea. So I start things with really good intentions and then get bored and I go, oh, fuck it. I go off and do something completely different. I've got a half painted kitchen. I wanted to change that for Christmas. One wall has been painted in a dark green and the rest of it is still white. So that that may get done. It may not, because I'm bored of it. So yeah, I'm
Yeah.
half a job, Harry.
I'm 3/4 of the way done with putting new baseboards and shoe molding in my master bath.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, I've got just a little bit left because I put new floors in there, and Clown helped me with the new vanity. He put in the new toilet. He put in the new mirrors for me. Yeah, but
Yeah.
that was a hard job, and then I got pissed off, and I said, "Fuck you" to the baseboard.
I think I remember you guys talking about this a while ago, weren't you?
Well, I said that to the baseboards. We may have. When he asked for his help with the baseboards, because I bought new baseboards and then I had to buy shoe molding, and he brought the the saw over. He showed me how to use it, and then he was like, "Okay," and I had a panic attack. But I've done it. I have more to do, but I did do
Well,
it.
to be fair, I mean, you were like, I want to do this on my own. You know.
I don't remember saying that, but I must have.
I think the only thing that I've managed to do, and I don't get distracted, is my garden.
Yeah.
Because I love that outside, and I've got all little, not to everybody's taste, but I have things hung everywhere. I've got lights everywhere and lanterns, and I've got into the outdoor chalk paint, so I've completely repainted I have a cast iron bistro set outside. So that's now in baby blue, and the colours kind of lifted the whole garden. But that's the only thing that I will go outside in, and I will make sure is perfect. So
Yeah.
the only problem is it's too fucking cold. Having said that, I was going to say it's probably warmer outside than it is in the house at the moment, so I might spend the day sitting outside.
Oh, goodness. Well, honey, we are fading fast. I've been
Me
up since
too.
5. Oh,
What time is it there?
it is 9:45.
Oh, yeah, it's nearly 3:45 here. So thank you for keeping me company in my cold home.
Well, I hope it
You're
gets
more than welcome.
better. Yeah, I hope it gets fixed soon.
Yeah, I'll be all right. I'll just keep throwing wood on the fire.
All right.
So, yeah, if you hear anything from our friend, please let me know.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Okay,
You'll hear
thank
from
you.
me over the next couple of days.
Yeah, oh, brilliant. Thanks so much, guys.
Okay. Take
All right.
care.
Yeah, take care. Good night.
Have
Good
a good
night.
night.